I hope you can take this information and do positive things at your school. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brandon. I just wanted to add a couple of more things to what Brandon had to say about STARS. It is the ASHE's rating and assessment systems just designed for campuses. And it takes in account from financial sustainability to curriculum. So it is this really large umbrella of issues that institutions keep addressing each and every day. This is a rating system that puts everything in one place, and I think they're going to make it public. So schools that have signed the American College and University President's Climate Commitment, as well as schools that have not, both will be able to access this system and basically jot down their performances in all these criteria. And another thing I would like to mention is the American College and University President's Climate Commitment. As Brandon shared with us, that there are some action items that institutions that are signing on to this commitment will have to follow. Well, so the difference between STARS and the ACU-PCC is a larger framework which addresses STARS and LEED and Energy Star out of all these action items that presidents commit to. But STARS is a rating system like LEED, but campus-wide. So ACU-PCC is a commitment, a leadership, pushing the envelope kind of a leadership initiative that helps institutions get on board, and then these are the tools and systems that enable them to meet that commitment. So just wanted to make sure that the difference was understood. And with that, I would like to invite our second panelist, Dave Gustafshaw. Dave has become a dear friend and is a principal of Gustafshaw Consulting. Gustafshaw Consulting is a consulting firm specializing in fact-based, site-specific evaluation and improvement of business performance using both technical and financial analysis. This includes materials and energy efficiency, environmental impact reduction, cost reduction, improvements, material and energy substitutions, and offsets. And I would like Dave to share some more thoughts on audits and assessments. He is going to take us through his really exciting presentation on how conservation is the key. Dave.
Boy, engineering and exciting, that is two words that I never thought I'd hear. Thank you, Ashka. Wow. Well, Ashka gets this set up. My presentation today is laser focused on something that we're all dealing with, a lousy economy. And what I'm trying to do, you'll notice that my presentation is really only dealing with two things, audit and assessment. Trying to figure out ways that you can save money on your cost sheets by doing some very, very simple, straightforward things that cost very little, if no money to implement. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind as we go through this. In last session, we even talked about debugging a chiller control system. So if you have any site-specific needs, we can go through that. I am a mechanical engineer. I've been in my career now for 40 years. I could have been doing it wrong for 40 years or somewhat right. I'll let you make that decision at the end of my presentation. So feel free to talk about specifics. I'll get as deep into this as you would like, or as shallow. So y'all tell me what's too much or too little. So yeah, thank you. Ashka, are people going to get copies of these for presentation?
We can certainly make sure that they do. If you, I think, we just pass around this sheet of paper, you can give us your contact information, and we can make sure that you get a copy.
So, talking about the lousy economy for the time being, when you look at the various options that you all have for improving your systems, most of the time it is a result of some capital request to some board and trying to request capital to make those modifications. And what we're going to talk about just for a few minutes here is how do you baseline a system? How do you look at your present performance such that any investment in that performance results in successful improvement? And hopefully, like I say, a lot of these things are common sense, but at the same time, they allow you to be very, very specific in what projects and what opportunities you choose. And also, I'm going to talk about more than just buildings. I recognize that each and every one of you represent campuses that have multiple buildings, but yet multiple services. So you have buildings, you have fleets, you have physical plant, you have a lot of needs around campus that may not be traditional to just a building envelope. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. So let's get started. Obviously, I am laser focused at conserving your facilities. What performance level can you achieve once you've established best in class? And to do that, that's the conservation. But in order to conserve, you have to know your systems. And what I'm here to tell you is an Excel spreadsheet will be your best friend. Basically, what you want to do is collect all your material and energy data for your entire campus. I am a macro to micro. I have very much a macro to micro approach. I don't want to jump straight to a building first until I know that that's the biggest hit that you can get some benefit from. So when you look and you collect your data and you establish baselines for your users, you're going to put in some kind of Paretoed form, biggest to smallest. And if you're going to conserve something, don't go after a small user. Take the big numbers first. Go after the big users because you're going to get more benefit out of that than trying to conserve a small user. And also, whenever you Pareto these opportunities, you're going to be looking at building to building, service to service, utility to utility, because you may have an electrical problem in one building and a gas problem in someplace else. You may find that your fleet may be a big energy user. You may find that your physical plant has an opportunity for combined heat and power that you can offset a lot of hot water usage. There's a lot of these different things that you can do whenever you Pareto these opportunities. Once you've gathered your data on your spreadsheet and you begin to pick and choose where you want to really focus your attention in improving your facilities. And then, of course, once you do that, once you get the your collection of data, you establish the baselines for all of your energy use in all of your buildings, fleet, whatever. And then you go through the very traditional approach of reduce, reuse, recycle. This mantra from DOE and EPA is laser focused, folks. I can't tell you how important these three simple words are, because this is a hierarchical approach at looking at your systems and being able to gain benefit. And again, most of the time, these are very, very simple things to do. And once you get these simple things behind you, then take a look at retrofitting your systems or your buildings or your facilities with the next best thing. You sure as heck do not want to put any type of green energy system against a total system that's using too much energy. Save the energy first. It's like tuning up your car. It's like, make sure the tires are inflated, make sure the engine's tuned up before you make any critical decision as to what you're going to